Hello everyone, welcome once again to another Power BI tutorial by Team Slidescope. In this part, we are discussing two DAX functions, that is all cross filtered and all no blank row. These two functions which come under filter functions. So as you know, in our tutorials, we cover individual or multiple DAX functions with examples so that you can understand their usage and where will you be able to apply, on what type of data sets you will be able to apply. So first we discuss the all cross filtered function. It removes filters applied from related table through cross filtering relationships, allowing calculations to ignore relationships based filtering. And this is especially useful when creating percentage calculations. So its syntax is you select all cross filtered and then you select table. So its parameters are table, the table from which cross filters should be removed. And you can also apply column, the specific column from which cross filters should be removed. Then it returns a table or column depending upon what type of argument you have supplied with cross filtering effects. Now this is all no blank row function. We'll discuss about that later. Now understanding filter context in Power BI is very important. We discussed about filter context. Now let's see a sample data. Let's say we have a product table where we have product ID, product name and category. So we will copy this, and in this internal operations data set we will enter data. We are entering data, and this is a sample data that we will call as product. And so you can I will provide link of this article. You can copy table from there, add it in your Power BI and save it as products. We will load it. Next is we also have sales table. So we will copy the sales data. Here you can see product 101 sales amount this, product 102 sales amount this. So this means these two tables have a relationship. So when you will create a sales table, let's enter data. Here we'll paste data and we'll call it sales. Now these two tables are created. Okay, you can see if you will go to model view, here is the relation between product and sales table. Forget about other tables, these are just other tables. So these are the two tables that we just created. You can see what it means is that product ID it is common in both tables. We have to understand that. Okay, now what we'll create a base measure, that is total sales will be sum of sales amount. Its result will be this much. So what we will do in sales table, we'll create a measure, and this measure is sum of sales amount. Okay, so if we simply see that, let's say I'll just duplicate this just for reference, and so here you can see we have a simple row here where you can drag fields. So this is a simple multi-row card where we can drag sales. So you can see total sales appears. Okay, now it's okay. So we can now see total sales. So we have two tables. In these two tables we have data of sales. Now it is done. So this data set will be used throughout the example. Now understanding all cross filtered. All cross filters remove filters that arrive through relationships from other tables. Okay. So here example sales ignoring product filters. Calculate total sales across all cross filtered product. So let's say we copy this, and these are filters. So I will just get rid of all filters from other table and just focus on filters from this table. So here you can see we have products. So if we will just keep one of them and just remove it and select product category. So here you can see product categories are electronics and furnitures. What we can do is, instead of drop down, we can show it as a list. So the categories are electronics and furnitures. If you want, you can make these values bold as well so that you are able to see them properly. So usually what happens is, when you click on any one of them, the sales value will decrease. Okay, obviously will be filtered. You can see sales value comes from this table, but filters applied on this table are filtering this value. Okay, so this, now if you understand, this is what all cross filtered is about. Okay, so here we will select sales ignoring product filters. Any product filters that are applied, we can ignore them, and we'll create a new measure, this. Here we are using calculate function. Calculate function needs an expression. That expression will be total sales that we just created, and all cross filtered, actually our table name is products. Okay, so make sure whatever name you have given, so all cross filtered needs a table name. So we have given that all cross filtered products. In this we want to calculate total sales. Okay, and what is doing, this is clearing all filters which are applied to a specific table. Now this also will be created, and if you will just enter here sales ignoring any filters, so we will bring it here, and you can see currently it is 100k, but when we apply a filter, then also it is 100k. If we apply this, then also it is 100k. So this is what it means. Suppose we add another filter, let's say product name. So product name is added, we have chair, laptop, etc. Then also you can see, so this all cross filters is ignoring any filters from the reference table or from the related table. Okay, so this is what it does. However, the all cross filter measures ignores the filter arriving through the product relationship. This means regardless of product relations, category filters or relationship based filtering, the measure returns overall sales. Now we also studied all. Many Power BI developers can get confused between all and all cross filters. Here also all was given. All removes filter directly applied to product. Directly applied to product. However, complex models often contain multiple relation table, and filters can flow through several relationships before reaching the target table. And all cross filter especially focus on removing filters introduced through cross filtering relationship. In a star schema models containing product, customer, geography, date, sales. We'll cover more examples, but this is what it does. All removes direct filters, and all cross filtered removes relationship based filters. Now we'll see, let's say percentage of total sales example. So here we are calculating percentage of total sales, where we are writing divide total sales, calculate total sales, all cross filtered products. So if you will select this and create this new measure, it doesn't matter where you create the measure, because you are giving reference to proper tables here. So here this is percentage of total sales. We'll also include it in this multi-row KPI, multi-column KPI. So percentage of total sales is 1. If we select laptop, you can see this is not changing, this is changing. Okay, here you can see, so this is being applied on it. What is happening here is Suppose electronic sales equal 80,000 and overall sales is 100,000. Result will be 80% because all cross filter remove product filtering. The denominator always represents company wide sales. Because here, now understand this, when we are calculating percentage, we use divide. In divide we use numerator and denominator. So you can see numerator comma denominator. Numerator is always total sales, but denominator is fixed, right? Because denominator uh, calculating total sales will always be this 100k. So when no filter is applied, 100k by 100k, there is value is 1 or 100%. Okay, you get, if you want to mark it as a percentage, you can go to, in your Power BI desktop, you can go to measure tools and mark it as a percentage. So it will appear as a percentage, 100%. But when you will apply share, so now you see percentage of total sales 20%. Okay, so this will always show percentage of 20%. If we did not use this, okay, in that case those filters will change this as well. Those filters will change this total sales also, and that's why we will never be able to get percentage of total sales. This is important. So this is very important, and this is all cross filtered function. And here we have example. Now because all cross filter remove product filter, the denominator always will. That's what we discussed. Now we will discuss about all non-blank row. Suppose we have a product table and sales table. So in product table also we have these sales ID 101, 102, 103. But in sales table we have 101, 102, 104. Notice 104 does not exist in product, right? It has no definition in product. So Power BI creates a blank row in product to accommodate unmatched records. And this hidden blank row may appear in reports and calculations. All no blank row removes this automatically generated row. And let's say you want to count total number of valid products. So you will use count rows, all non-blank row product. It will take a table name and result will be 3 instead of 4. Okay, because this. So sometimes when a relation, obviously when foreign key constraints are there, these type of mistakes will not happen. But let's say for some reason in your left table product ID 101, 102 and 103 are there. Okay, in your right table 101, 102 and 104 is there, 103 is not there. When you will create a relationship, if you will create, let's say, right join, that's how you do in SQL also. So you will see that in case of inner join only common rows will appear, but in case of right join 104 will appear and its matching row in product table will be blank. So that's where this comes. Okay, here are some more examples that you can see. So this is what we actually discussed here. Obviously this particular chapter or this particular data set that we used is a sample data set, and we have just used it as a reference. It's about integrated business operations performance. You can check it out as well. Now thanks for watching this part. Have a nice day.